Good morning, everybody. Today, I'll be talking about three common questions that your customers ask and what they really mean by them. So, customers ask us a lot of questions. When we're doing business, they have thousands of questions, but these are the three common ones that they ask. In his best selling book, How to Win Friends and Influence People, Dale Carnegie wrote that people are not interested in you, they're not interested in me. They are interested in themselves, morning, noon, and after dinner. Decades later, this still remains the primal truth, and nowhere is it more evident than in business. Each day, business and brands promote their products and services, and each day, customers push back. So, the proof is in the numbers. Research shows that branded content is up 400%, but only 5% of it receives 90% of the engagement. The remaining receives single digit likes and views. Companies get frustrated because customers don't understand what they're doing, and customers get frustrated because brands don't answer their most pressing question. And what is the most pressing question that customers have? It's very simple. What's in it for me? Instead, they ask three questions frequently, hoping to get an answer to this big one. What is in it for them? It doesn't matter whether your customers are businesses or consumers, these questions remain consistent across the board because people are people and they care about the same thing. What's in it for me? So, the first question that you'll hear is, what do you do? Yes, your customer wants to know what you offer, but he or she doesn't want boring details about your product's features, advantages, and price. What they truly care about is what your product does for them. For example, if you sell software, they want to know, will your software make their business more efficient? Will they spend less time doing other things? If you sell video games, do they entertain the customer? Even if you sell an alarm clock, what is the purpose? Will it get them out of bed every day? If you're selling cookies, will it make them healthy? If they're asking you to build a home, how will they feel when they live in it? Those are the questions. For example, Steve Jobs, when he sold the iPod, he didn't promote a 5 GB iPod or a 10 GB iPod. He said, I'll give you 1,000 songs in your pocket. So the customer is silently visualizing where your offering fits in their life or whether it fits at all. They want you to paint a picture of how your product can make their life easier and better and how it will turn them into the hero of their story because they are the hero of their story. But doing this for your customer won't just help you close faster. It will also help you identify the real USP, your real unique selling proposition, which you can use to differentiate yourself from other Me Too products and services. The second question they'll ask you is, who are your customers? Almost every prospect that comes across will ask you two questions during their first meeting. Who are your customers and have you worked in our industry before? So when they hear the names of the brands or the people you work with, they feel reassured. Not because they think that you're important, but because they feel that they're in safe hands. Most people lie in the early and late majority stages in the adoption cycle. They feel safe as a part of the herd and skeptical about trying new things. But once they get comfortable with a product or service, they use it over and over again. The most comforting way for customers to know that they're making the right decision as is if someone as smart as them or smarter than them has made the same decision. So when they hear these names, it gives them a lot of confidence. That is why they ask us, us businesses, about our customers. This may sound harsh, but your customer doesn't care about your growth plan, your funding that you've raised, or how important you are. They really don't care. They care about whether they're making the right choice and how important you make them feel, regardless of whether she spends you know, 1,000 rupees or 10,000 rupees or a lakh of rupees with you. How do they feel about it? People are not interested in you and me, they are interested in themselves, morning, noon, and after dinner. The third question they'll ask you is, why should I buy from you? This is not a trick question, though it might sound like one. When your customer asks this question, they don't want to know your USP or how your product will revolutionize a $1 billion industry. They want to know just one thing: why should they trust you? Because trust is the single most influential factor in a buyer seller relationship. If there is no trust, there is no relationship. And how does trust get built? It gets built when your customer feels assured that you've understood their emotions, their problems, because the solution lies in solving their problems. And do their emotions and problems have any place in business? Of course, because business is all about interacting with humans who are a mixed bag of emotions. We like to believe that we are all a rational species, but in reality, emotions dominate all of our decisions and actions. And we don't appreciate our emotions being sidelined, being taken casually. We want our emotions and ourselves to take center stage. We are the hero of our story. We want to feel heard. We want to feel understood. So when emotions come into play, and they always do, aspects like features, benefits, and price take a backseat. The ideal answer to why should I buy from you is one which shows how your USP addresses your prospects' needs. What are their underlying needs? Does your product or service solve it? So summing up, the core question is what's in it for me? And breaking up, what do you do? Who are your customers? And why should I buy from you? You have to make everything you say and do about your customer. So when you make your customer feel important, magic happens. They invest their emotions in your business. They care about your company beyond just the product or service. They proudly associate with your growth and stand by you during a crisis. In other words, your customer turns into your most powerful salesperson. Because the best way to get sales is when a customer tells somebody else, go and buy this product or service from this business. And to get there, they need reassurance that you prioritize what they care about. Make everything you say and do about your customers. And if we do that, if we all just focus on caring about our customers, we will get rewarded with a lifetime of loyalty from them.